everyone, T is here and welcome back, entrepreneurs. Now, as entrepreneurs, especially solo entrepreneurs, when we find ourselves getting into and owning our own business, we learn quickly to wear a lot of hats. I know as an entrepreneur, we take pride in our ability to juggle many tasks and functions of our business at a time. We know we have the skills to do it. We have the work ethic to get it done. And it's hard to start putting the trust in others to do it for us. But in order to take your business to that next level and truly realize your dreams, you need to put your leadership skills to work and put those hats on someone else's head. So last week we discussed why delegating is so important. In this video series, Ray will start introducing the stack of hat checklist. So if you had not had a chance to download all the worksheets and checklists specific to the Delegating for Success video series, go ahead right now and click on the link in comments above to access them. Okay, so in this video series and the next upcoming microcourse video series over Delegating for Success, Ray and I will help you start identifying the stack of hats you may currently be wearing, identify the tasks that go along with them, and who is wearing that hat right now. And as solo business owners, as startup business owners, and even upcoming entrepreneurs, we wear a lot of hats. And I know one thing that our business needs to stay profitable and grow, and that is to reduce as much chaos as possible by creating some order and creating some structure. And so to create order and structure within your business, you must start mapping out the functions and the tasks associated with getting things done. Because if you are going to delegate any of those tasks, you will need to know what pieces to delegate. And in this Stack of Hats series on delegating and what hats I'm wearing, we're going to help you put some order and structure to your chaos. So this stack of hat exercise will help you identify the function of your business that fits the business that you're in, and will allow you to determine what tasks you want to continue to hold on to and do yourself, and the things you may want someone else to start doing and get off your plate. So ask yourself, what hats am I wearing? So let's just dive in right now. Are you ready to get started? I'm ready to get started. Let's get started, Ray.
The premise of all this would be, to try to put some order and structure to the chaos that we call our business. Because as you start a business, as you're an entrepreneur, kind of getting up and coming, you're doing a lot. As you mentioned in some of the earlier videos, you're wearing a lot of hats. Because from here, we're going to start looking at that and saying, okay, these are the things I want to hold and do myself, and these are the things I want somebody else to do. But before you do that, you have to have that order. And that's how, as humans, we work well. We put order to everything, order, classification, and then it allows us to give some direction. And especially if we're going to give direction to other people. Because I know for sure that in any job, any career, any business, you're trucking along and you're working a lot of hours and you're doing a lot of stuff, and if you do think about it, it's a little bit chaotic. And it's the stuff that keeps you at night thinking, all right, randomly grabbing these thoughts and saying, okay, I got to do this. Okay, this is overwhelming me a little bit, or this. So there's this cloud of chaos. And the stack of hats is a good attempt to just take this overall snapshot of your business and say, take that chaos, put it into a structure and order that we can start making sense of, assigning tasks to various functions. Because later we're going to take those tasks and we're going to ask somebody else to do them. So you got to be able to communicate where that fits into the business and know yourself, so you can find the right people, train them the right way, assign the right processes, and get it off your plate. So you have those different categories in your business, and the goal is to just, pick out the functions that you actually have within your company, and then assign the task that goes along with that, maybe the top 4 tasks. So this checklist is going to be your go-to organization of, here's what's happening in my company. Here are the things that are taking place right now. And these are the broad categories that they fall into, along with the top 4 tasks that go along with them. And then the goal is to see, am I doing all these, and if you're a solo individual as the only employee of your business, only person running your business, you're going to find that you're doing a whole lot of stuff. And then from there, in the coming video series, we're going to want to take those and refine them a little bit and determine who we can get to do them.
Where I'm at in business right now is I would like to have a business that is running without me. And I don't have all the working capital to be able to hire every person that I need for every position in my firm at this particular time, but I can gradually get there. So, if it's marketing that I need to delegate out and I'm still doing, then I'm finding ways to be able to delegate those tasks out. It may not be somebody that's internally. I can outsource those tasks very easily and probably a lot cheaper than having someone in-house, just to manage social media, or making sure that my direct mailings are sent out, or making sure that most of it's social media, managing those through Hootsuite on scheduled times, making sure that my brand looks good, where I'm not having to always look at it, design it, post it. So those things can be off my plate. Of course, I approve what goes out, but at least I'm not doing it anymore.
So in your case, you'd have this marketing hat. And then in the tasks, you'd have maybe, 4 of the main tasks. What are those really? What do you, if you were to explain what the marketing function of your business is, what are the tasks that are involved there?
And so some of that task was more social media management. That's what I outsourced out. So that includes creating a plan that works for my business, specific to my business, because accounting is not an easy business to market. So you have to understand what my business is, how to function, how to interact with potential clients. And so I was looking for someone to hire to manage my social media. And that's including creating a marketing plan. And when we create a marketing plan, making sure that marketing plan is carried out, whatever we agreed upon. So that means if we're going to stick with social media, with either Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, and there's certain posts that needs to be going out, there's certain content that I want to reach to potential clients, there's certain things that I want to say, we schedule those things out. And there's a platform, I guess called Hootsuite, that we use, that you can schedule dates. And also it has a calendar in this platform. It's so neat. And you can just plug in whatever content you want issued in your social media to go out into your social media. And then on that day or on that time, it goes out. It automatically goes out. And so that helps me stay consistent in the social media platforms. And so that was something that I decided that was very important for my business, and something that I outsourced out to get off my plate. And I don't have to think about it as much.
So identifying that as a major hat, knowing that these are the tasks that go along with it, and then being able to, determine whether it should be internal or external. You've kind of walked through that little segment of the piece of the checklist, and you even got to the outcome of, who should be doing it. At some point you identified it as something you shouldn't be doing. And that makes sense because you're running an accounting business. If you're running a marketing business, maybe you're really integrated into the marketing, but as a person running an accounting business, it would stand to reason that that's not your zone of genius, your area of expertise. So it's a kind of an easy one to say that needs to go out.
Yes.
That needs to be delegated to somebody else.
And that's a good point. It's the easy one to delegate. So try not to do so much of the hard stuff, but the easy stuff, like the marketing piece. There's so many different firms and consultants out there that will manage your social media for little or nothing. That's the easy task that can be taken off your plate that you don't have to worry about. That someone else can take that on and make sure that stays consistent.
Yeah, and we'll walk more through that process of identifying the things that maybe should be delegated and what makes something a good candidate to be delegated externally and what makes it a candidate to be delegated internally. And that's part of our stack of hats checklist and the process that we go through. So in this video, you get that chaos, you put some order and classification to it so that you can get to those steps. At some point you decided marketing's a major hat, here's the tasks that go along with it. And then you progressed out to now you have it, kind of click where somebody's doing it for you. And I'm sure that wasn't an easy process, but that's something we'll get to and get some good ideas on how to make that a successful outcome, which isn't quick, isn't easy. Remember, a little bit of pain can lead to a lot of progress. And I would say delegating that marketing task has probably been a little bit of a pain, but it probably led to a lot more progress than if you'd have held on to it. And, that would have probably created a little more pain. So this checklist really helps you, again, take that chaos and turn it into a classification, some order of, here's the function, here are the associated tasks, and then just a realization of who's doing that now. And that's important because, you may not know how much you're doing. And I think that happens. You realize once you put the order to it, that I'm really doing a lot of this stuff. And this falls in this bucket of marketing or HR. And there's probably an option out there to easily delegate some of those things.
Each day I go through and I have tasks that I have to do for clients, things that I have to do to move my business forward, processes I have to implement, things I have to take care of. If I'm answering the phone, it's taking me away from the things that I said that I was going to work on today, that I had planned for to take care of other clients, or they made appointments for things. So I'm caught up in other things that I had not planned for. So it takes you away from to move your business forward. It takes you away from your daily tasks that you wanted to achieve for the day because you're caught up with something else that you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, and there are those tasks that are very reactive. So as a business owner, if you can get away from those reactive type of tasks, and reactive would be, well, when the phone rings, you got to answer it. You got to react, right? As you become more of the strategic thinker of your company and less of the individual that's doing all the tasks, then you can start planning ahead and doing less reactive type of tasks and do more of the proactive strategizing. And that's what this exercise is. It's strategizing. It's looking at the chaos of your business every day, all the tasks that are, picture them just a cloud floating around all these various tasks, and you're grabbing them and you're putting them in their position and putting the order to them. It's a forward-looking strategic activity. And if you can't find time for those types of things, you'll continue to react. So this is a moment of pause and saying, all right, I'm going to stop reacting. I'm going to be a little proactive. And that's what a lot of our micro courses are. You need to pause from the reaction of the everyday tasks and be proactive and look at it through different lens. Put some strategy in place, bit of a plan, and execute. And that's how these things happen. That's how, productive, successful businesses are born.
Right.
Because you need to have that order to this chaos and say, here's the function, here's the tasks, here's who's doing it. And then to come, we're going to get into who should be doing it, and if it should be an internal or external source of talent that's going to fulfill that for you.